What is going on, guys? My name is Norsca. Welcome to another video. So in today's free play, we're gonna just jump into a matchup between Empire and Norsca, which is a very interesting matchup. I will be casting a few more Empire Norsca matchups where I play on both sides and let's see just basically how things gonna work out for each side. And this particular replay, I think it's very worth casting, and it's definitely very action-packed and with a lot of good decision making from both sides. And let's just dive straight into it. And first thing first, we're gonna just look at my opponent's army first. So this Norsca player, he has 1, 2, 3 Marauder Horsemasters. I personally think that Marauder Horsemasters are very strong, and it's definitely one of the best picks for this matchup. And then he's got 2 familiar great weapons, which in my opinion is definitely the best pick for this matchup, simply because all the werewolves are just basically vulnerable to fire damage, which makes them a very good target for Lights of the Blazing Sun. But familiar great weapon, they actually do a lot of damage to Empire Cav because they are anti-large, and they are very durable in terms of anti-missile fire because they have a very good missile resistance. There you go. They have 22 missile resistance on top of 110 armor, so they are very tanky. And then in the center, he's got 2 Norscan Ice Trolls, which is very interesting pick as well. And for the front line, he's got Marauder Spearsmen on each flank, 4 Marauders in the center. For the leadership, he's also got 1 unit of Norscan Warhounds on the far right side, and for the leadership, he's got a Wulfric the Wanderer with Hunter of the Champions, Sea Fan, and nothing else, and he's on a horse. And together, he's got a Deathcaster. Let me do this. Come on, no. And there you go. Alright, so he's got Doom of Darkness, which is a very interesting pick. He's got Spirit Leech, and that's pretty much it. And he's on a horseback as well. Now, let's dive into my army composition. For the front line, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 6? Yeah, 6 regular spears. And I know in a lot of tournament setting, you can only bring 5 of the same units per army, but I'm not really participating in any tournaments in the near future, and I'm just basically a ladder player, and then on ladder there's 6. So yeah, let's stick to 6. And then I have 2 Outriders with grenade launchers. I found this very interesting, and I recently really enjoyed playing grenade launchers because they can do a lot of damage to no armored infantry troops, especially for the factions like Beastmen and Norscan, because all their troops are very low armored. So yeah, we're gonna see how these guys can perform. And then I have 3 Outriders. These guys are just very good, and because I don't really have any infantry range department, so that's why I consider to bring those Outriders to do some damage to those big ass monsters and maybe mammoths and stuff. And then I have a Jade Wizard on horseback with with Power Stone, Regrowth, Earthblood, and Life Bloom. Pretty standard stuff. And then I have leadership in command. I have Cal Friends with the Reckless Ruinfind. This is the best ability from Cal Friends kit. And then he's got Stand Your Ground. And again, most competitive players, they really don't pick Stand Your Ground because it only lasts for 18 seconds and it has a 90-second cooldown. But for me, I really enjoy this ability. Like if you pop this at the right timing, it really can make a difference between maybe life or death. And then you got Foe Seeker and hold the line. Alright, so for the very back line, I have 3 units of Knights of the Blazing Sun. Again, these guys are the best knight unit you can pick in this matchup, simply because they do flame damage and they do flaming attack, which means they can do a lot of damage to Norscan ice trolls. They can do a lot of damage to all sorts of werewolves, like armored one, non-armored one, even the Wiking, and they can just do a lot of damage. And on top of that, they have magic resistance of 25%. Well, it's gonna be very effective against things like Bruna. Well, my opponent didn't bring Bruna, but most Norscanists will bring Bruna, because Bruna is very effective against Knights, but for Knights of the Blazing Sun, not so much. And also, Knights of the Blazing Sun can quickly take out any kind of werewolves, but in this case, my opponent is very smart, and this is definitely a very good list. Alright, so cut enough the crafts and just dive straight into the gameplay. So right in the get-go, 3 Outriders skirmish against 3 Marauder Horse Masters. 1 focus volley taking a chunk of health from those Marauder Horse Masters, and then just come back and do another volley. There you go. And grenade launchers are coming in, did a lot of HP damage as well. So because I have 5 skirmishes, so I'm trying to pull this unit back and just dancing a little bit, because those javelins have like a curve projectile, while the guns are basically indodgeable. And then I'm trying to poke some damage onto those Norscan Warhounds as well. And meanwhile, I'm trying to use grenade launchers to just damage those Marauders, and that the damage is just it's okay. I mean, and then from the focus volley, those Marauder Horse Masters actually got routed, which is super in favor of Empire. But the thing is, he's also got a Vanguard deployed Beast of the Norscan Warhounds Regiments of Renown, just sitting in the behind. I totally missed that in the army introduction. But anyways, so he's strategically push everything towards that, and let's see how it goes. And then Knights of the Blazing Sun actually charge onto those Norscan Warhounds, which is gonna be super good. But I believe I did a lot of friendly damage there with my grenade launchers, so that's not a very favorable thing. And then those Norscan trolls actually got beat up pretty bad by those Outriders. And then I'm gonna slow down things a little bit. Everything is just going crazy. So basically, the front infantry is engaging all across the board, and those guys actually charged onto my Knights of the Blazing Sun. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think this is a winnable matchup for those Norscan Warhounds, but we'll see. And then I just strategically trying to retreat my Knights of the Blazing Sun to the side, because they might just get absolutely shredded by those Familiar Warrior Great Weapon there. And so I'm basically just trying to pull this pocket back a little bit to a more strategic area. And then I'm trying to pull my car friends back as well to support these knights, because apparently they are losing the fight against those Norscan Warhounds. And I believe they are anti-large, right? Yeah, they're anti-large. And they have 14 anti-large. Yeah, I think they can do a lot of damage. As you can see, they perform really well. And then those monsters are just pouring in. And same here. Those Familiar Warrior Great Weapon is just pounding on those Spearsmen, and Empire 9 seems just getting crushed. And let's see how it goes. But I do have 3 spare Spearsmen on the far right side, trying to push back in there. And then I engage the spears into this pocket here, and together with the Knights of the Blazing Sun, they quickly just melt down those Norscan trolls. And same here, but Familiar Warriors is actually doing an incredibly efficient job at killing those Knights of the Blazing Sun, which I was forced to cast the regrowth onto them to just keep them alive. There you go, the regrowth. And those Familiar Warriors just pushing in, like chasing the Knights away, which is very efficient, I should say. And those spears are just taking their sweet time. And then those Familiar Warrior Great Weapon actually a little bit out of position and actually charged all my stuff onto them and just try to get rid of them like as fast as possible. Meanwhile, Wolfrake and Karl Franz actually having a duel here. Like Wolfrake casted Hunt of the Champion onto Karl Franz, and Karl Franz casted the Reckless Gruenfan. But the difference is that Wolfrake is actually fighting 2 Knights units and Karl Franz by himself. That's not a good position for Wolfrake to be in, to be honest. And here with the support of the Jade Wizard and another Knights of Blazing Sun, and together with all my skirmishers, those Familiar Warrior weapons is gonna be taken care of. I mean, in the near future, and then everything just gets really chaotic. But the thing is, I still have all these reserve units, and because I deploy them really far right, so they are not currently engaged to anything. And those guys gonna get taken care of, same as Wolfrake. Wolfrake is actually finding himself in a very tight situation here, fighting the Knights of Blazing Sun together with the Karl Franz. So he's definitely suffered here a lot. And those Norscan Warhounds and the caster is just pushing into those Outriders, trying to get rid of them. And these Outriders are still just shooting at those Familiar Warrior Great Weapon. And then Wolfrake got routed off. I didn't chase, I think, because I'm not too sure what's gonna happen. But here in the center, another Familiar Warrior Great Weapon unit actually got completely routed. And it's just a story of Norscan chasing Ampa. Not much to say. I'm just trying to shoot them, like just trying to use my ammo as efficient as possible. And these guys actually got engaged, which is quite bad. And also these guys got engaged by those Marauder Horsemasters. Marauder Horsemasters actually have 50 armor, and they are very decent in melee. So if your Outriders actually got caught in melee with them, your Outriders gonna actually suffer a lot. And then all the way at the back, I have these Outrider grenade launchers actually just poking those Marauders. And same, these guys are still just sitting here looking pretty. Because the reason why I want to just hide this unit is because right now everything is chaotic, and if I send them in, they're gonna probably just die. But if I just put them as a reserve, they might survive, and in the end game, in the late game, they might just come out fresh and give me some strategic advantage. And here in the center is all messy, and those ranked up, like twice ranked veteran Knights of the Blazing Sun is actually taking on 4 units here. And then I think I found myself a very good matchup here. Knights of Blazing Sun unit engaging those Marauder Horsemasters. I think that's a very good matchup. And Jade Wizard is actually escorting those Familiar Warrior Weapon outside the map. And there's one more Familiar, very beat up, but still have 9 model left. And then I think at some point, yes, Karl Franz actually, I totally missed that, sorry. Actually, Karl Franz was escorting Wolfrake outside the map. Alright, so everybody is taking a leadership penalty because the leader left the map, and the rest of the Norscan troops are still just giving Empire a chase. I think in general they fought really valiantly, and it's almost at the age, and I'm just basically retreat because because you just can't really fight straight on, because Empire infantry is definitely in the weak department. definitely need to shoot them as much as possible. And I would like to comment that this map is actually tiny, and I don't really have a lot of space to work on, so that's why I need to just basically engage them, pull back a little bit, then re-engage them again, and pull back a little bit more, and that's it, that's the game. So all to all, I think we can see the scorecard. On Norscan side, Female Warriors and Norscan Trolls. I mean, Norscan Trolls just got beat up really bad by those Knights of the Blazing Sun. So it's definitely a questionable pick. But Female Warriors, they are very good. But the only downside for Female Warriors is that they actually are pretty slow, and they can definitely get kited pretty efficiently by Empire player if Empire player has a relatively decent micro. So basically, just focus on all the rest of the things and deal with Female Warrior the last. And then I personally think Marauder Horsemasters are a very good pick, because they can actually get rid of Outriders, but I don't know, like Outriders outrange them. So if you really commit and just attack those Outriders in melee, and eventually you're gonna win, because Outriders can't shoot while moving. You can, and you have more armor and better melee stats. So basically, if you commit, you can win the skirmishing battle. But if you kind of doing like a back and forth skirmisher dueling, then it's not in your favor, because javelins are very easy to dodge, but guns you can't really dodge it. And my spears did okay. Norscan infantry actually did heaps of job, like 1 unit of Marauders actually did kill 83 models, which is very impressive. And the only thing is that Wolfrake actually found himself in a very tight spot, fighting Cal France and 2 units of the Knights of Blazing Sun alone by himself, which is definitely the downfall for this game. And yeah, not much to say about this battle. And if you guys enjoy my contents, please consider to subscribe. I really appreciate that. For now, Oracleboss signing off.